Hey guys, Mike here with Robert Quants. It's Wednesday, April 26th, 2023. Quick market update. A few things. I'm recording this in 1080p because I've been recording in, 2K here, 2560 by 1440 before. But it always takes forever to upload, on YouTube as well as over on Vimeo. I have an account there and it just drove me crazy. So I hope this resolution is okay. A lot of people who, do what I do, market updates, film it or record it in 1080p. That's basic resolution, right? And I think it's sufficient. It's so much faster. I don't have no patience where I have to wait like an hour for the 4K version or whatever it is, because it does record in 4K, right? If you do in 2K, and then it takes an hour, and then it might be, some things might already be passé at that point, right? So anyway, that's one thing. The other thing is, what really bugs me a little bit, here's the echo. We moved in this new house and you can probably hear it. I've tried to put panels on the walls and everything. And I just recently ordered a new, more directional microphone because the Blue Yeti is not hacking it, in my opinion. It just sounds so echoey. I don't know what you guys think. It just, to me, it bugs the S out of me, to be honest. Really, I just can't take it. Anyway, so let's just take it at the market here. And lo and behold, it's bouncing. I mean, it's a little bit early, right? A little bit early in the game. Yeah, there was possible support here, right? I mean, again, I'm like, no hands, mom. I'm not riding with indicators because I rarely do. I might slap like I don't know, standard deviation on there. I might slap a Bollinger on there, but that's kind of like pushing it for me. I like to look at price action, and this is quite a nice rejection here, of this cluster. Of course, the dollar keeps falling. The economy is not exactly improving. Stock market is bouncing all over the freaking place, trying to figure out where it's going next. Doom and gloom announcements left and right, which I mainly ignore because you can never really trade those. But so just look at price, right? It makes things so much easier, and you just have to spend a lot less time following all these monkeys around and trying to kind of read the tea leaves of what the Fed might do, or I don't know, and interest rates might be next month or next week, or who knows what's going on. I mean, aren't you annoyed with this stuff? I mean, I've been annoyed with this stuff for 15 years now. I started Evo Speculator in 2008, and it's been nothing but that since then, right? I mean, I did have a trading life before that, and it was kind of nice because you didn't have to worry too much what the freaking Fed was doing all the time. But especially since 2009, it's just been nothing but that. It's just this whole drama. And one of the things why I also got into crypto, some of you guys were kind of pissed off when I really dipped dipped into crypto, and I really got kind of excited about it, like everyone else. Did my share in it, but I never really got caught up into it as a religion, as more like a trader. Why? Because I kind of like the purity of it, and yeah, there were some events related to the Fed. There was more market correlation, especially in 2020 and 2021. But in general, it was more pure. Of course, then the institutionals came in, and then the guys like Mt. Gox and all these monkeys came in and screwed it all up for the rest of us, and then it's been just this rough ride since then. But nothing comes from nothing, and we cannot take the volatility on both ends, right? It can really work in our favor if we know what we're doing. Because I mean, look at these markets, right? Look what Bitcoin has done, right? We're almost back at 30K. Since what? I mean, since like November, right, where the lows were, and effectively if you're looking at this here, right, where it's flattening out, that's like the end of the year. And look at all the progress it has made. I mean, here it was like 16,000. We're almost at 30,000 again. What market does that? What market gives you returns like that? Nothing. Crypto does it, right? I mean, you have to trade some crazy commodities, not even there, to see returns like that. And some people hate it when it goes down, and a lot of people love it when it goes up. Well, grow up, guys, right? You're gonna have to take the bad with the good, okay? And I've said this for a long time, for all the whiners among you, and I lost 50% on the way down. Yeah, but you made 100% on the way up. Had you caught it, right? And that's the thing. That's the game, guys. So again, don't blame the player. Blame the game. And this is the game. and we're seeing big moves again. This doesn't look like anything, but I mean, freaking hell, right? We were at 27K plus minus, and now we're back at almost at 30K. I mean, had you bought a Bitcoin right there, you might just made 10%. That's some sweet deal in 2 freaking days. I mean, it's kind of nice. So, okay, enough of the platitudes and just generalities. Let's see where price is heading next. I'm not completely convinced this is done yet. I still see maybe this kind of zigzag formation. No, I'm not wave banking. No worries. That might unfold here. Another last moment fake out. But I have to say, after this kind of snapback here, it looks like it might just continue. Where's the threshold here where I'm going to adjust this up and just paint it here? This would be basically right here. Let's call it 31,000 for good measure, right? 31,000. Okay, so if you see 31,000 blinking on your screen, then you know we're kind of like hitting the, we're kind of hitting escape velocity here, because it's, this is quite some resistance here. See that cluster here? And if it kind of overcome that, and also it retested here, that was a pretty decent retest. I would have liked to see a little bit more, to be honest. But if it does this, right, if it just kind of goes like, let me draw this down. All right, like up, down, boing, and then up. It should make around the 40K. I mean, this is, that wouldn't be unusual, right? How do I reset this thing? Okay, regular percent. Oh, come on, man. Auto fit. Okay, here we go. All right. So that's where I'm at. I think that there's not really too much to add. Let's take a quick look at Ethereum, if it's following suit. And, and then we're going to look at the overall crypto market. All right, so that's kind of interesting. Look at this, right? A little bit weaker. So that kind of gives me pause, to be honest. That gives me pause. The Ethereum should be leading this shit, right? This should be really, it should be pumping here. It's not following suit just yet. It's kind of lagging behind. I don't like it. So that's might be a little fake out step up on the Bitcoin side. I bet total 2 looks the same. Yeah, okay. So we have Bitcoin leading right now, which is not super convincing yet. Not super convincing. I like to see both. I need to see the correlation. I need to see both really pumping. And it would be ideal if Ethereum would be leading ahead, because that would give me a lot more confidence. So we might see a more complicated formation here because of that. So I have to kind of point that out. So what we might see is something like, okay, let me get a pen. Visual pen. 1 second, let me get my drawing tool here. Where is it? Come on, you prepared? There you go. All right, so let's do some drawing here. I don't want to draw on the chart. I'm just going to draw it here on the screen. So we might see something like, okay, boom, 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 right? And then like this, and then up, right? It might be a little bit deeper if that happens. So we might see something like that where we do get a little higher, but it comes back, and then we're getting this. When this happens, would be at this point right here, right? I cannot zoom in because I'm painting on the screen, but you kind of see here, right there, right this point. If it breaches below 27,000 again, then that is where we would know that we're gonna get a little bit of a deeper correction, probably down here. And then we're getting the pump up. So that is a possible scenario. So these are the 2 main scenarios, where like basically right now here, this, which if Ethereum would be coming along here, I'd say, this has a pretty good probability. But since Ethereum is kind of lagging behind, I'd say we might still get something like this. Like this kind of like, this turns into a big zigzag, and then maybe like something like this, a little bit more complicated, also zigzag. Does it make sense? Let me try it. Let me draw it again. So like basically, if you count it from here, right? Like I'm not wave counting. Oh, 1 second. How are we doing this? Yeah, we're good. No, that's not it. Damn it, Michael. One more time. Forgive me, guys. I'm like figuring out the freaking paint tools here. I like this. See that? And then something like this. Maybe with a could be more pronounced here, and retest all this stuff here, and then bada bing bada boom to the upside, and we're off to the races. So that we might still see this. So that makes things a little bit complicated. I don't like to give you guys overcomplicated scenarios, but based on what I've seen in Ethereum, yeah, I'm not loving it. I'm not loving it. So when do we know? Okay, that's a very good question. Glad you asked that, Michael. When do we know that we're not getting that B scenario? So let's call this scenario A, right? And it's called the other scenario, this one here, right? Like this here. Let's call that, I don't know, scenario B, right? And then boom, that's scenario B. When do we know we're not getting this one, right? When does this one go out the window? We know that if we breach, I'd say, well, quite some ways away. I'd say if we get to like 36, 37,000, because that would be quite an extension up. If we breach 40,000 again, I know that's like sci-fi at this point. It's another 10K, right? Then we're pretty good. I think we're good to go. But in between, there is still this possibility that we're doing this more complicated B formation. Okay? Probably not what you want to hear, but don't shoot the messenger. Just, I report it as I see it. I've seen a lot of price action in my life. And one thing I'm actually very good at is interpreting volatile price action, because I can read it. I can read it very well. And I usually, if nothing else, can find you inflection points where the probabilities are pretty high. I just have looked at the stuff for, going on, since 1999. That's when I started trading. So we're talking about 23, 24 years. So, something sticks. You start just seeing these things. And so far it's playing out as I'd expected. It's a little bit more flat than I thought. And that's kind of the takeaway. All right, here you are. I've managed to waste another 12 minutes of your life. Thanks for sticking it out. Input always, appreciate it. So chime in. I don't do it. Oh, by the way, on YouTube, I don't really activate the comment section, because there's always some Muppets who are spamming stuff and, dropping in there to advertise their own services and things like that. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't have time to police that. So if you have, questions or things you kind of want to share, I don't know, just send us an email, that I'm always happy to respond to constructive criticism or alternate views and perspectives. So don't be shy. You can always send me an email at mike@webperquants.com. Okay, that's it. Talk to you next time. Cheers.